sufficient protection
for food
for
supply.
ecosystem. Pero yun nga, from providing food. Pero ito, kailangan rin yun na mayroong mga iba-ibang mga genetic diversity naman ito. Iba-ibang klase na mapag-alagaan rin. Kaya meron rin silang mga genetic mga varieties na in-maintain. Gaya sa Erie ngayon, meron silang mga gene banks. Para minsan...
Is that good when we're cloning? You're basically talking about cloning new fish,
is,
new species?
No,
not necessarily.
we're reserving a gene pool. Gaya sa kung minsan...
But why reserve? Why not just multiply it?
Yun nga, kailangan, kasi when you are actually breeding in the hatchery, you are actually breeding a particular stock lang, genetic stock. Ayun. Yung mga iba, hindi mo
nire-release.
Oo. At saka hindi sila na sanay sa mga ibang mga rigors in the wild. No? So there has to be also a wild stock which has to be protected so that in times of perturbation, like for example, sa mga El Niño, La Niña, mga ibang mga
fish kill times.
Meron pa rin na mga genetic stock na sanay sa mga ganitong iba't ibang perturbation, where in the wild has actually developed this through
its own immune system. Its own immune system.
So this is what I'm saying. We have to maintain harmony and balance between the wild and the cultured.
So it is not enough to just let the fishermen go out and capture whatever they like. We have to have an area for marine reserve. Talaga, it's a requirement.
Yes.
Are we following the marine reserve? Do we have enough marine reserves?
This is what I was saying, that if we were to look at how our targets will be achieved to be able to go on the path of sustainable development, it would take us 100 years to take that, to offset that.
Okay,
change.
so
we would need to require to work together. Hindi na tayo mag finger pointing.
So like, what should we do now?
The local governments now
what should we
are
do
working together. Like for example, meron sila mga alliances. May sineset up sila na inter-LGU mag-work, mag-patrol, mag-come up with capacity building efforts by having mga joint initiatives, mga 4 or 5 municipalities working together. Nag-aambag-ambag sila ng mga kinalang pinansya at saka resources, and they engage the scientific community together with the province and with the national government. And meron na silang tinatawag na, for example, state of the province reports, wherein hindi lang ang rini-report yung ilan ang mga buildings or roads na na-produce sa CDF, but anong nagawa nila pagpanumbalik sa kasiglaan ng kalikasan, and how to plan for good targets in relation to the productivity, and how to manage it, work together, how to move faster.
So the solutions at hand, the strategy for that specific solution, we're already at least capping it, or we're still not there? After 100 years, or in the last 4 decades?
No. We are trying to accelerate it. That's why, so that the 100 years, if we are able to have bigger areas, we are managing properly and effectively, then it will not take 100 years. If 2 LGUs are managing, like for example, 10% only, and next year they're managing 50% of their targets, then it has to multiply the target and made it faster. But it just takes that we work together as a community, as a province, and as a nation.
What comes to mind, Doctor, is the inefficient local leader who has the mandate because it is based on popularity and money that he has funded into what we call a campaign. Can you imagine if you have an idiot as a leader, or a local leader, di ba, who doesn't understand or does not have the propensity to comprehend issues like what you're presenting now? Hindi nakikita yung value. Pero siya ang mayor, siya ang local governor or whatever, pero may pagkabobo, dense. Di ba? Yung ganun ba? At walang pakialam, gusto mga sino, o kung ano, di ba? Yung irresponsible leader.
Oo nga, sir.
My gosh, the deterioration is phenomenal.
Yes, sir. So actually, what
So it's the fault of the Filipino voting the idiots into their governments.
Well, partly yes, but what we can do right now is to accept that first as a given.
As a given,
Wala na tayong
yes.
magagawa. We can't throw him out of office, but we have to generate the interest of this sector nga that are, para sa akin, they're marginalized in terms of information. So kung pwede ngang pagtulungan natin, kasi kung makikita naman niya dun sa mga kapitbahay niya, sa kapit municipality, na maganda nang nagagawa ng mga marine protected areas and working together, let's bring him
Ano
into
nangyari
the
sa Pangasinan yung nag-fish kill, lumabas sa dyaryo yan? 2 weeks ago, nangyari lang yan. Ano nangyari doon? Di ba lumabas, lumutang, nakita natin yung mga pictures sa Channel 2, Channel 7, naglabasan yung mga isda, namamatay. Whose fault is that? The operators? Or the local leaders?
both.
Both. So it's their fault, masama yun. But that's cultured fish, that's not in the wild.
Yung ang nangyari
Di ba
kasi,
cultured yan pag fish cage, cultured yan eh.
Merong bloom ng algae, and when they are nagkaka-bloom na, no? Namamatay yun kasi ang life cycle nila a few days lang. Kung mamamatay sila, makaka-deplete sila sa oxygen. Yung ganyan.
Yun yung environment side. Pag yung algae na nasisira.
Others can also even cause fish kills. Actually, yung ibang, kung magkaka-bloom. Like for example, di ba sa red tide, magkaka-bloom, kung kakainin mo, mamamatay potentially kasi may toxins yung algae. Pero,
for example, I was in Anda just last week. I asked one of the local fisher folk, bakit nag-fish kill dito, ang dami namatay? Isagot sa akin ng isa, hindi, ano yan eh? Yung kay Araneta, a certain area, I'm not sure if it's the same Araneta even. Hektarya, over 100 hectares, gumagawa ng asin, malakas ang ulan, pumasok yung tubig, kailangan binuksan niya yung mga gates niya sa asinan niya, lumabas lahat ng mga, tapos na kasi yung paggagawa ng asin, yung mga ibang chemical, ando doon pa, ni-release daw, poison daw yun, lumabas, umikot daw yun ang lagyan. Is that correct? That's poison that went out, that killed a lot of the fish.
There are some which are using pesticides also to clean the ponds. That can be one. I'm not sure in the specific area if that is the reason.
That's what it's called, the poison. But that's to poison the predators when they create certain ponds to kill the predators that won't eat their little fish. But then they also put urea, gana, whatever to create lab natural fish.
So it's a mixture of when you stimulate with nutrients, maka-cause rin ng bloom, and when you have a bloom, then they die, then they settle, then it
that's
causes,
poison. That's the poison.
They use up the oxygen.
The oxygen.
They use up the
Kasi
oxygen.
mag-decompose eh.
So mauubusan ng ang fish.
Di palit kagad ng tubig dapat yun.
Depends on the natural exchange
kung
of
daloy
water.
ng daloy
so
ng
kung may
agos,
nakaharang kang mga fish pens,
hindi na maka-flash ng water. And then kung mainit ang tubig, you consume more oxygen.
Pag mainit ng tubig, mas malakas.
Diba?
I-rate mo dapat pag mainit ang panahon.
Kung
Gastos
ganyan,
naman sa
pero
kuryente
yun,
yun,
depende nga, it's a confluence of many events, and that's why it can actually cause cumulative effects. No? So that's why it needs to be worked together.
Doctora, we are reaching the end of the program. I'd like to give you both an opportunity to give your advice to our viewers as we close the show. 2-3 minute advice. Let's start with Doctora Shiela Vergara, Director Biodiversity Information and Management, the ASEAN Center for Biodiversity. This camera.
ACB is actually a multi-government organization. And one of the key things that we do is to integrate information from countries all over the ASEAN. And my plea for today is to request, our friends, our partners, to contribute information, because information is actually the basis of how we do our regional analysis, and that's the way that we can better help our stakeholders and our partners in terms of biodiversity management.
Thank you very much, Doctora. We have Dr. Perry Aliño, Professor, Marine Science Institute, University of the Philippines. Doctor?
Yung understanding biodiversity and its significance takes a while. Like for example, one of our researchers who discovered this pre-alt is a painkiller, which is a $4 billion worth which can replace morphine, took her nearly over 25